Okay, time for another unpackage. I think I know what's in here, but you don't, so ha 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 ha. Scalpel. Nurse. Scalpel. Nurse, remove your underwear. Nurse, do naughty things to me. I was married to a nurse once. They do know the way around the human body. Of course, she screwed me for every fucking penny I had. This, if I am correct, will be a distributor cap. Not quite sure what all this... Oh, UPS package. Hopefully this is the correct cap. It should be a push fit. I'm not quite sure why, but the coil is a screw and the distributor cap is a push. Okay, here we have a nice cap, and look, see that thing? That was missing on the distributor that I was working with. So that's looking pretty nice. Please God, it's not made in fucking China. I had to give those guys a dime. Doesn't say. Part number, in case you're interested, JLM9524. Origin, United Kingdom. Well, there you go. So you're giving the Queen money. That parasitic woman that sits there and creams money off of everybody. And then she gives it to that, well, she did give it to, what's her name? Muckle. Meghan Muckle and Dirty Harry. Ugh. Those two, fuck off. You're not part of the royal family. I don't like the royal family. Don't get me wrong. They're not my favourite people. They're nothing better than anybody else. But those two, fuck off. Go away. You're not needed. You're a waste of air. Let William and... Damn it, I can't remember her name. And that's ridiculous. But that beautiful woman that William married... take the royal family further, or let's disband them, because they are just a tourist attraction, nothing else. Okay, let me get off my soapbox and get this baby in there. You want to come with me? Okay, let's do it. Well, sometimes you go 3 paces forwards and 1 back. This time I went 1 pace forward and 3 back. The front carburetor, and that's a plus, it's the front carburetor, not the back one, which is even more difficult to get to, is leaking at the bottom. And also the starter carburetor is leaking. Once I'd fixed the float problem, then it would appear that the pressure made it leak. I'm going to double check. I'm going to get my fuel pressure gauge on this pressure regulator. I don't trust it. It's as simple as that. The pump in the back is not the original, and I think it's pumping way too hard. And this pressure regulator may or may not be working. I'm willing to be proved wrong. So we will see. I've now got to take that front carburetor off, so the next image you will see will be me. Well, you won't see me removing it, but it will be removed. So don't go away. So, got the baby off. This needed just a little eep, and this needed a little eep. This one is a 7/16, and oh bugger, I think that one was a 5/8. Let me engage my brain cell here. I don't wish to lie to you people. Well, I do, but not about this. Yeah, that's a 5/8. Okay, now that's a 5/8 SAE. All right, so those are now tight, and unfortunately the only way, excuse my finger, the only way I'm going to find out is by connecting it all back up again. Also, just want to let you know, I've been doing some research. This is a kick down switch. So obviously it needs to be engaged, and then when you put your foot on the gas, wham, it kicks it down and lets it go. So now I know exactly what it is. I can try and figure out the wiring. These wires are totally wrong, as in the colors. Got to ignore them. I have to trace them back. I've also found another chopped off wire here. Don't know why. I know that the starter solenoid should have a green and a green and black. This is a green and black. However, if I trace these wires back, this one is connected to a green and black. And hang on a second. Don't go away. This is a green. So the the brown and yellow is a green, and the white and green is a black and green. But of course, when you get to this end, the white and green, granted, is connected to a black and green bullet. And the starter solenoid carburetor does not have a bullet connection. It has two spades. Call a spade a spade. So I've got to find a wiring diagram now that gives me accurate, because a bullet connector, you know, goes in there. There's no way that's a spade connector, and it is a black and green. So I've got to find a proper wiring diagram. The last one I found indicated purely that black and green went to the choke, starter solenoid, whatever you want to call it. But to this was a yellow and purple. Well, there ain't no yellow and purple wires here. So I got to figure this out. This is fun. Fun that I could do without, but that's why I'm here. So, just thought I'd show you that, and yes, you can see that everything is now out of the way. This carburetor is out of the way. It's a little tricky getting it out without taking the back one off, but this fortunately has enough movement in it. And whilst I've got it out, I'm going to turn that other nut and bolt up the correct way. And this, by the way, one of my Tony Colling something, I can't remember now, but he didn't think this was correct, but it is correct. I can promise you that. That is what is on the Mark II and also on the S-Type. He was referring to the Y brackets that go on these bottom two studs, and I do not believe that was ever used on the Mark II, but, and this is a big but, not like mine, they may have done that at some point, and the only way I'm going to know is to check out the service manual. In fact, why don't we do that now? Let's go to the parts catalogue and look at the variations. And here is the conundrum. This little bracket here, that is the one that goes down to the oil filter with this long spring on it, which should attach to this throttle linkage. There is another spring here with the Y connector, as Tony pointed out. So it appears, well, we're not surprised that this car's in a bit of a mess. There is a combination of what I believed and what Tony believed, so we're both right. Hey Tony, how about that one? So this is good. Now I don't have this particular bracket. I certainly don't have that spring. I don't really have that spring, but I do have that bracket. I'm not going to go into the expense of getting this bracket and this spring, which is what I really should do. I just want to make sure I can get this thing running for the poor guy. So there you go. Just thought I'd show you that. Hopefully that helps you guys out there that are trying to get these back as they should be. And we'll take it from there. All right, I guess I can put this video out now. I wasn't going to. Oh, hell. Let me put the carburetor back on and let's see if I still got a leak. Hey? And then we'll push the video out, leak or no leak. Okay, carburetor's back on. I'm still suffering from... I think it's too much pressure. This is the first carburetor in line, and I don't trust the pump. As you can see, it's wet down there. The ignition is still on, so I'm dripping fuel, and I think that is causing me a problem. Because of the fuel pump is delivering way too much pressure. I've turned this thing right down, and I shouldn't have to. It shouldn't even be there. So I haven't done everything up because it's just pointless. So now I gotta check the pressure that's coming through here. I've got to get my fuel pressure gauge on this and see what the pressure number is. As you can see, that's just dripping there, and that's not going to happen. I can't allow that. There is something really wrong here with this, and I do hate all this aftermarket shit rather than having what Jaguar originally designed. So there's fuel coming up there, pumping out. Everything else is okay as far as I'm aware, and I can't tell whether that one's still leaking or not. I don't believe it is. I think this is just fuel splashing everywhere. So let me turn the pump off. All right, guys. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I'm going to put this one out there because, well, simply because I can, and I would like to get another video out there. This really is extremely frustrating. Sorry, I'm going to make you look at me. Don't go away. As I was saying, it's extremely frustrating. The pump is banging away like crazy. I think I'm getting too much pressure. Now I'm willing to put my hands up and say, okay, there's a nut I haven't got quite tight enough yet with the seal. You know, maybe I'll have to take something off and put it back on, who knows. But that is nothing to do with the fuel being pumped through past the valve, and they're all brand new. I'm going to take them off. I'm going to make sure there's not a piece of dirt caught in there, because, you know, shit, that can happen sometimes. You know, maybe I got a piece of dirt in there, who knows. So I'll take that float top off one more time, make sure that I'm not talking out of my rear end. This is very frustrating. As I said just a moment ago, I detest modifications when they're not done properly, and this is not done properly. It really isn't. You should not have a fuel pressure regulator in this line. The pump should deliver the correct pressure. Somebody has put something in that is delivering way too much pressure, so they put a regulator in. I hate it. I may speak to the customer and ask them to allow me to replace the pumps with the correct ones, rather than what I can only describe as a Heath Robertson. And I think over here in America you call it jury rigged, because it's just, it's causing issues, and it's also wasting gas. And I thank all you people that drive around in your silly little Priuses and or Prius, whichever way you want to call it, and your electric Teslas. Thank you. You're saving gas for me. I don't give a damn about the planet. Why not, you may say? By the time it's a problem, I'm going to be dead and gone. What about your children? They can fend for themselves like I have to. And I don't believe electricity is the way to go, because the pollution created to produce electricity. Unless we do it with wind, which we don't. Well, some places we do. Hydrogen's the way to go, guys. And you can fill up as quick, and you can go as far as you want. Well, as far as the tank will allow. But at least it's not just 200 miles and then you've got to recharge for 24 hours. Ah, what a dumb idea. Okay, sorry. On my soapbox again there. Like, comment, subscribe, and send me pictures of your wife. No, okay, that's just silly. Time to kill this video and get it out there. Now get out in the garage, do some shit. Hopefully this is in focus. Now the valve and the seat, perfectly okay. But look there. There is a lot of dirt. And I think maybe that it was the fuel was bypassing the valve and coming out through there, because, sorry about knocking you about there, hope I didn't hurt you, when this seats, it's seating on that dirt. So let me clean that up in there. Maybe that'll solve this issue. Everything has to be so clean on a carburetor. Okay.